Lesson 4. How is urban greening improving London's environment? Urban greening is the act of transforming the urban environment into a greener, more natural place to live, for example, by the addition of trees and plant life. This movement is occurring as a result of recent knowledge about the environmental impact urban zones are giving off, and because of these impacts, the government, as well as the people who are living in the urban areas, have come up with a plan to somehow alter these unhealthy effects and try and redress the balance between development and nature itself. These urban greening projects make cities a more pleasant place to live because of the balance that the presence of nature gives to an environment. Balance. It is understood that with urban greening, the population in a city will feel more balanced. This balance is caused by the existence of two parties, the green space and the urban space. People who live in an urban area that has been through the process of urban greening have a better emotional, mental and psychological well-being, because it has been proven that people who only experience purely urban environments, such as concrete buildings, asphalt, artificial city lights and so forth, are more likely to suffer from stress and other health problems which are directly related to the pressure of the environment that they are in. With these urban greening projects, the people would have a balance where they can feel closer to nature with fresher air and greener grass and plants around them. The colour green is also scientifically proven to be a healing colour for stress, especially when you're looking at your computer screen and working long days. Urban greening does not lead to work opportunities being sacrificed because, despite the addition of green spaces and plants, they are within urban zones and will always include ways of making money. Less pollution. With urban greening and the feature of having more trees and plant life, it can be said that air pollution can be brought down to a minimum level. Trees and any other plants with carbon dioxide along with sunlight to produce energy, and they also release oxygen into the environment. It is because of this need for carbon dioxide by the plants that the carbon dioxide levels in the City of London would decrease dramatically if urban greening is used more. Urbanisation had proved to be the leading cause of air pollution because of the industries such as factories and the use of vehicles. Knowing that London is one of the most urban cities in the world, as well as being in the top 5 largest metropolitan cities in the world, together with Tokyo, Los Angeles, New York and Paris. More urban greening efforts should be made, and many more plants and trees planted to suck the carbon dioxide out of the air and make the air much cleaner. Urban greening also decreases the likelihood of water pollution, because bodies of water will be properly and strictly guarded by the public and private sectors that finance or own them. These places will be home to clean and natural environments, and this is the reputation that it will be taking. Therefore, water pollution would never be tolerated. Reduction of expenses. Because of the benefits that these green places offer to the city, there is no doubt that the people will suffer less health problems because these green spaces make the air cleaner and fresher. This will then mean that the people will be less likely to be admitted to hospitals or require medicines to cope with the illnesses such as respiratory disorders. This will in turn mean that the government will have less expenses required on the aspects of healthcare. Aside from healthcare expenses, it will also contribute to the reduction in the cost of electricity, knowing that these green spaces are mostly free of technological things that use electricity, apart from essentials such as lampposts. Sustainability. This sustainability means that because of the urban greening, London would experience a shift in sustainability regarding manpower, knowing that the people would lead healthier lives, both physically and psychologically. It would also be more sustainable regarding water consumption, because these green spaces could potentially serve as sources of water, which can be used throughout the city. In short, they will be spared from being sacrificed for the sake of urban development. The problems. Urban greening is a policy that is enacted throughout the whole of the UK, not just in London, due to the steady increase in globalisation and urban development as a result of technological breakthroughs and improvement. Nature suffers. The natural environment is sacrificed because of mankind's perceived development and progress. The government has already taken action on this and enacted this policy. Though it is properly outlined in the NPPF National Policy Planning Framework and the London Plan, it is still having a hard time being executed thoroughly, simply because of the rapid growth rate that goes in tandem with the economy. The economy heavily depends on urbanisation, and this means that it is essential to have space for business establishments. With this high need, then comes with the sacrificing of the remaining green and natural areas, which are then in turn turned into business establishments such as buildings and offices. London currently has less than 5% green space remaining, and that is despite the efforts of urban greening. This is unlikely to increase greatly because one of the issues that London is also facing is the requirement for space intended for businesses and office use. In conclusion, urbanisation is not entirely a good thing. Urbanisation comes at the cost of nature itself, and this natural environment is vital for us to thrive. Luckily, the government of London, as well as some private sectors, have changed the game and made way for these urban greening projects to turn into reality. With urban greening, London will surely go a long way towards perfecting its reputation of truly being one of the best cities in the world that is not just about mere urban development, but also preserving nature itself through this urban greening.